take 45 more seconds to finish up your vocab do now, and then we'll go over. Kimberly. About 15 more silent seconds to finish up. All right. Park your pencils. Remember you guys. A today is going to be alligator. Did you know how an alligator kills its prey, Ebony Hita? It doesn't just tear out its neck like a lion. An alligator gets it and takes it to the death roll and suffocates it underwater. So if you want to, at the end of your alligator, take it to the death roll, you can do that. B is going to be bunny. Excellence in bunnies, showing your teeth. C is going to be cobra. And D, make sure it's an herbivorous dinosaur. You can eat some plants. Number 1, Brooks up. Whoa! 1, 2, 3, shot. Some beautiful dinosaurs, you're absolutely correct. What does it mean that the child is being petulant, Emmanuel?
It means that it's acting out as if the child is acting angry and it's throwing a fit.
Yeah, circle the vocab word in that sentence that tells us that the child is being petulant. Call it out.
Petty.
What does it mean that the child is being petty, Kayla?
It means that the child is being
Does it mean that the child...
silly or like
Go ahead.
is being silly or foolish?
Does it mean that the child is being minor and insignificant, or that the child's getting upset about trivial small things?
The child getting upset about you.
Yeah, okay. The second one, Duke's up.
Whoa!
1, 2, 3, shot. It's a fantastic bunny right there. It's an amazing bunny, Madison. What does it mean that the wound is ghastly? Davine.
It means that it was horrifying and shocking.
Yeah, okay. Circle the word that tells us that the wound was ghastly. Circle the vocab word. Richard.
Fester.
What does it mean that the wound festered?
It means that pus was starting to come out.
Yep. What other vocab word would describe a wound that's festering? Espada?
That the wound started to deteriorate.
Yep. Give me a sentence using the word petulant, Crystal.
The 18-year-old was petulant because he didn't get the new phone he wanted.
Okay. Give me a sentence using the word ghastly, Madison.
Mr. Esser's foot was no longer ghastly when a unicorn pooped on it.
Why would a unicorn pooping on my foot make it not ghastly anymore?
Because unicorn poop is magical.
So what was my foot like before the unicorn poop touched it?
He burnt.
Interesting. Okay. Give me a more traditional sentence with ghastly in it. Tyleek.
The man's face was ghastly because skin started falling off and blood started shooting out.
It's very ghastly. Would a clown costume as a Halloween costume be a ghastly Halloween costume?
Yes.
Call it yes or no.
Yes.
You guys are so weirdly frightened by clowns. What would have to be happening with the clown costume in order for it to be ghastly? Crystal.
There could be spiders and blood dripping out of it.
Or maybe it's like a creepy clown that kills children. Maybe, right? But not all clowns do that. Most clowns just make children laugh. All right, our first word today has the name of a delicious Asian root in it, but has nothing to do with that root. The word is pronounced gingerly. Say it on my snap. Gingerly.
Gingerly.
Judy, read it. What it means?
To do something in a very careful or cautious way, showing great care.
Okay, lock side partners, you're going to read how it's similar to the word softly. Window side partners, you're going to read how it's different. Go. Voices. Julissa. So which word, gingerly or softly, would best describe how you walk across a bridge, Osaki? I'm sorry, how you would cross a rickety bridge. Go ahead. Gingerly or softly? Which one would best describe the way you walk across a rickety bridge? Send him some love. Softly? Co-sign or disagree? Why do you disagree? Isaac.
I disagree because softly is doing something in a gentle way. So walking over a rickety bridge is you're not walking over it softly. You're trying to be careful to go over it.
So you'd use what word?
Gingerly.
Why would you need to be walking gingerly as you walk across a rickety bridge? Kiara.
You'd be walking gingerly across.
Patch it if you can't hear Kiara.
You'd be walking gingerly across a rickety bridge because, like it's like weak, so you won't want to fall in. Like.
Okay, co-sign or disagree with Kiara? Yeah, she's totally got it. Nice job. Which word would you use to describe how you pet your dog, Osaki? What if your dog was wounded? What if it had a broken leg? Why would you pet it gingerly if it had a broken leg, Osagi? Okay, co-sign or disagree with Osagi? He's totally right. You wouldn't want to hurt it. Richard, if your dog had a broken leg, you'd pet it gingerly because you don't want to make the dog yelp or whimper. You guys are going to act for a moment. Pretend that you have a ghastly cut on your shoulder and gingerly inspect it. Are you licking your shoulder? That is not a ginger. You're not inspecting it gingerly then. Track, Teddy. Great inspection that is done gingerly there. Imagine your pencil or your IR book is made out of glass and gingerly pick it up. Okay? You're picking it up in such a careful manner because you don't want to drop it and break it. This is why we don't give valuable things to Madison. Which of these two sentences uses gingerly correctly? Richard, read the first one. Chidi, read the second one.
Richard gingered his ankle because it was sore and he did not want to injure it more.
Judy snuck gingerly into the living room past the sleeping parents to play Xbox Live at midnight.
Pat, Ed, when you're ready to vote. Excellence in ape today means really getting in there after some like parasite that's maybe worked its way, and then you got to get it out, you know. And in bold, you guys have grown up, so your horns have gotten bigger. Dukes up. Boom! 1, 2, 3. Shot. Why is B the right answer? Jury.
I said B because gingerly means like softly and.
So why would Chidi be sneaking gingerly in that
Because he
situation?
didn't want to wake up his parents or make a lot of noise.
You're right. Why is A incorrect? Fisaya.
The part of speech is incorrect because it uses gingered as a verb when you could only use ginger as.
Ginger would be a noun. It would be an Asian root. Our word is not ginger. It's what?
Oh, sorry. You used to use it as gingerly, which is an adverb.
Adverb, yeah. Kosan, if you remember when Katniss blew up the career's food supply, shooting those arrows, right? Foxface, before Katniss blows up the food supply, gingerly sneaks into the camp. Why did she have to gingerly sneak into the camp? Krishan.
Because she didn't want to
Use the vocab word.
Katniss gingerly.
Not Katniss, Foxface.
Foxface gingerly sneaked into the camp because she didn't want to get caught and she didn't want to fight.
Kayla disagrees with you. Why?
She had to gingerly walk to the site because there was like lines or something. It was like little mini bombs or something.
Landmines.
Landmines under the ground, so she had to deal with this and
Okay, glue your elbow to your ear. Would you have to walk gingerly if those landmines were defective? Thumbs up or thumbs down? 1, 2, 3, show. Why would you not have to walk gingerly? Jalecia.
You wouldn't have to walk gingerly because then it's not working properly. So then, if it wasn't working properly, then you could walk. Then you wouldn't have to walk gingerly around it because it wasn't working properly.
Yeah, it's not going to blow up. I made the synonyms and antonyms a little more difficult. You have to look at the analogy and figure out which one is which. Deteriorate is to improve. Is that going to be your synonym or your antonym? Call it out.
Antonym.
So deteriorate is to improve, as gingerly is to what? What would a good antonym be, Emmanuel?
Aloof.
Aloof just means, everybody look aloof right now. That's not going to be the opposite of like walking carefully. G.
Reckless.
Perfect. What else? Oh, sorry.
Senseless.
Is okay, but not as good as reckless. Madison.
Careless.
Careless is better. Senseless means like you're doing it like almost in a silly way or like without reason. Careless means you're not paying attention, whereas gingerly you're being very careful, right? Other good ones would be like roughly. Stifle is to repress. What's the relationship between stifle and repress, Kimberly?
Very same.
So they are,
Synonyms.
yeah, as gingerly as to. Isaac.
Careful.
Yep. Richard.
Cautious.
Perfect. Write them down. Good. All right, our next word, I want you to underline the part of it that you also see in the word complain. Snap if you've underlined the plain. Okay? The plain in plaintive tells us that the word plaintive means that you are making a sound or a look that is complaining about being in pain or that is complaining about being sad. Both of them have that root plain. Check out this picture and think about which one represents the word gingerly and which one represents the word plaintive. Patch Edge, when you're ready to vote. All right, point in the direction of the one that has to do with plaintive. 1, 2, 3, point. Soft voices, lock the side partner start. Explain your answers. And then you'll do ginger. Bring it up to Delicia. Delicia, explain the picture that goes with plaintive.
Well, plaintive because the person has a sad look on his face, like he's suffering from something.
Yeah.
And the one to the
Stop. Let's start to do the other one.
The other one to the left, it looks like she's being gingerly because
She's not being gingerly, she's walking gingerly. Gingerly describes how you do something.
she's walking gingerly because she doesn't want the ice to break.
Yeah. What part of speech is gingerly? Adverb. Okay. That's why we wouldn't say she's being gingerly. Being gingerly would be an adjective. Adverbs describe what you do, so she's walking gingerly. Great. Locker side partners read how gingerly is similar to despondent, and window side partners read how it's different. Go.
Similar to the spotted because they both describe feeling of great sadness. Different because plaintive. Different because plaintive describes sounds and notes while spotted describes feelings.
All right. I think I said gingerly instead of plaintive there. My bad. I'm clearly saying how is plaintive similar to despondent. Which word would we use to describe you if you've been searching for a job for months and you can't find it? Would we use plaintive or despondent? Ebony.
I would use plaintive because
Pause. Co-sign and disagree. 1, 2, 3. Why do you disagree, Joanna?
I think despondent because then
Okay, co-signer disagree with Joanna. Okay. Joanna's right. If you felt really sad, you might play a plaintive tune on your guitar to express your feelings because we normally use plaintive to describe looks or sounds, okay? Whereas if you are despondent, you're so sad that you are without
Hope.
When would a puppy make a plaintive yelp? Decide. Use the word.
A puppy would make a plaintive yelp when its son or daughter puts a thorn under its paw and it steps on it.
When the puppy's son or daughter? The puppy's gonna have a son or a daughter? No, puppy by its nature is a baby dog, and so it's not going to be ready to have baby dogs itself. Right? But yes, if a puppy got a thorn in its paw, it would give a plaintive yelp. When else would a puppy give a plaintive yelp? Ebenihita. Use the vocab word.
I mean, the thing that would make a plaintive puppy yelp is
Not a plaintive puppy. The thing that would plaintive describes what? The puppy or the yelp?
the yelp.
Okay, go ahead.
When a person steps on the puppy's tail
It would cause the puppy.
to have a plaintive yelp.
Yep, okay. Would you sound more plaintive if you were going to miss out on snack or if you got a bad grade on an assignment? Raise your hand if you sound more plaintive if you're going to miss out on snack. It's okay, be honest. Raise your hand if you would be more plaintive if you got a bad grade on an assignment. Okay? Explain to your partner why you chose your answer.
Life is hopeless.
Alright, your voices. Espada, do you want to, in the plaintive tone you were just using, explain why you don't want to miss out on snack?
I don't want to hold it in for the rest of the day.
Yeah, you don't want to have a fervent need to pee for the rest of the day or a profound need to pee. Yeah, if you had to hold it in for a long time, that could escalate that problem, couldn't it? Right. Gingerly is to softly. Are those going to be synonyms or antonyms? Gingerly and softly. Synonym, antonym. Call it out.
Synonyms.
As plaintively is to. Davina. Yep. What else? Emmanuel.
Despondence.
Yep. What else? Sad and despondent are the only two sad words you guys know. Richard. Agony is more to do with pain. Okay? You can say like agonize. A plaintive cry would be similar to an agonized cry. Fasaya. Remorseful includes the idea that you are guilty. So plaintive is not necessarily guilty. Cheating. Gloomy, I think, is great. Customary is to unusual. Those are going to be what? Synonyms or antonyms?
Antonyms.
As plaintively is to write it down. Write down all your synonyms and antonyms. As soon as you're done, there's a story that you have to tell. Up on the board is the story for you to read over and tell. All right. Park your pencils, bring your eyes to the board in the next 10 seconds. The board, not me. So you are going to sneak gingerly out of your house to inquire. What does it mean that you're going to inquire, Emmanuel?
Question.
You're going to question, you're going to ask about. Okay? So you're going to sneak gingerly out of your house to inquire about someone who is making a plaintive noise. Before you tell your story, you need to figure out, why do you need to sneak gingerly out of your house? Why can't you just tromp out of your house? How are you going to inquire? And then why is the person or creature making a plaintive noise? Patrick, when you've got all three of those answered and you're ready to tell your partner your story. Okay. Soft voices.
So to the floor and there is a silent unicorn outside the house waiting for me. She's coming at night and we try to sleep. So I gently sneak down. Don't listen to the sound.
Why do you have to sneak gingerly out of your house?
So then
Why couldn't you just tromp out of your house?
the Bowie unicorn has 8 legs.
Alright. If you track really well, we'll have time for 3 stories. Let's track well. Bring your guys to Madison. So.
So I have to answer all those questions?
You need to tell an amazing story that answers all of those questions.
I was sneaking gingerly out of my house because if I didn't, the gummy babies would rip out my neck.
Were they sleeping? What were the gummy babies doing?
They were eating alligator.
Interesting. Continue.
And I was gonna inquire the googly goblin by asking them, "How you doing?" And then he was making a plaintive noise because when I set a bear trap, he got stuck because I wanted to eat him.
Isn't that a little dishonest of you to be inquiring about why he's making a plaintive noise if you yourself set the bear trap? I'm just saying, you're kind of a scumbag. Bring us Isaac, go ahead.
So while I was sleeping, I was hearing some noises, plaintive noises like. So I gingerly walked out of my bedroom so that the door won't squeak and make my parents wake up. As I got outside, I asked the person, "Why are you making plaintive noises like that?" He said, "Because his doodle."
I was going to say, the word you're looking for is not plaintive. The word you're looking for is constipated. Plaintive is they're going to sound like sad or hurt. You're looking for unable to use it. Crystal, go ahead.
I was sneaking out of my house gingerly because my parents were asleep and my parents were setting up the kitchen because they had a party coming and they didn't want me to leave the house because they wanted me to be the guest of honor. So I had to inquire the person for why they were making plain.
So you'd say like I had to inquire with the person about.
I had to inquire with the person about why they were making plaintive noise because they said that the boy lost their mother and their father and they didn't know where they lived.
That's the gloomiest of all of the stories. All right, we have time for one final one. Emmanuel, go ahead.
So once upon a time, I was sleeping and then there was this noise outside. It was going.
Emmanuel, that is not a plaintive noise.
It's the sound of a sad horse.
Oh.
So when I went out the house gingerly, because downstairs there was a cyber unicorn boogeyman coming after. So I wanted to dig my nose.
Wait, let's pause. If there's a cyber unicorn going after you, are you going to be walking gingerly or are you going to be walking desperately?
Desperately, yet
So-
gingerly, because it's waiting outside of my house. And it's
Oh,
loud.
okay. So it's not coming after you. Just get your own story straight. Go ahead.
So I go out of the window, and when I drop onto the floor, you know what I see? A orc making a horse sound, and then Gandalf gave it a unicorn.
So why was it making a plaintive sound?
Because his teeth were being eaten by gummy bears.
It's horrible. All right, you guys have 1 silent minute. Put up your vocab in your binder. Okay, binder. Julie's, you pass these out. All right, I'm coming around with today's text. Go ahead and put your name on the text as soon as you touch it, and go ahead and put your name on your classroom as soon as you get it. Then Adasoji and Famu got himself a major merit because he, without even being asked, found all 11 vocabulary words in today's text. I won't give you a major merit because it's already been done, but I will give you a merit if you find all 11 vocab words in today's text as you read. Put your name on it first, and then you can begin reading and circling vocab words. All right, show me on your fingers how many vocab words you found already. Amazing. Most of us have 2. What are the 2 that you found, Emmanuel?
Immense and fierce.
Fierce is not a vocab word. Crystal? And vulnerable. Those are the first 2. Great. Park your pencils and bring your eyes back to me, please. And I want to give you guys 2 reasons to try your absolute best today. 1, test prep reason is today is the final day of any kind of test prep before you guys take your state test, which, that's good, right? So, this is why you guys are reading this text totally silent and independently, because the test prep reason to try your best today at Nahita is that your focus on reading this larger text silently and independently, your hardest work, will build the stamina and pacing you need for the state test. Okay? The non-test prep reason, the authentic intellectual reason to try your best today, is that on Monday, Jareen, that's only 4 days from now. Right? You guys will have your debate. And this is the text that is going to provide a totally different answer, 2 totally different answers actually, than anything you've seen so far for who or what is to blame for the tragedy of Hurricane Katrina. This text will not blame, here's a hint, a human being or an organization. So what will it blame? So you'll read and think about that, okay? You guys are going to have 20 silent minutes to read the text and do your classwork. Flip through the text to see how many texts there are. Show me your fingers. How many texts are there? There are 2. Make sure you start with the one that says Katrina damage blamed. Okay? And then flip through your classwork and show me in your fingers how many multiple choice questions there are. There are not 2 multiple choice questions. Flip through your classwork. There are 10, and then there are 2 graphic organizers that you're going to use the 2 texts to answer. Okay? If you finish early, and many of you guys will, a lot of you guys have been doing a great job with pacing, you have 2 choices. You can read your independent reading book, or if you would like to begin choosing evidence for your debate, you can do that. Okay? Are there any questions before I send you off? I can understand you hold a lot of things against him. You dislike him as an individual. You're trying to take away his education. It's rude, but I understand. Are there any other questions? Richard. Yes. Okay. 20 minutes, go.